Carlito needs to be kicked out of the Judgment Day right now. Since their rise to dominance, the Judgment Day faction has taken over WWE's Monday Night Raw, mirroring the success of the Bloodline on SmackDown. Over the last few years, this group has cemented itself as one of the most exciting stables in WWE, featuring the likes of Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Their chemistry and unique personas brought them to the top. But as the faction evolved, WWE decided to turn some of its members, like Priest and Ripley, into babyfaces before reshaping the group entirely. A significant shift occurred when Liv Morgan joined the faction, a surprise move that shook up the dynamic of the Judgment Day. Shortly after, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest were removed from the group, leading to speculation about the direction the stable was headed. Raquel Rodriguez also joined the fold, adding another powerful figure to the mix. However, the growing number of members in the faction is now becoming a bit too much, and someone needs to step aside. That person is Carlito. While his presence in WWE has been nostalgic for longtime fans, it might be time for the Judgment Day to part ways with him. Judgment Day roster. As it stands, the Judgment Day consists of Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez, Carlito. This lineup is impressive, with each member contributing their unique skill set and charisma. However, with the addition of new talent and shifting dynamics, it's clear that someone must exit, and Carlito's position seems the most expendable. Carlito's WWE journey. Carlito, born Carlito Caribbean Cool, made his WWE debut in 2004. Right from the start, he was pushed as a charismatic heel, with his signature swagger and iconic apple-spitting routine, where he'd tell opponents they weren't cool before spitting an apple in their face. Carlito quickly captured titles, becoming both a United States and Intercontinental Champion. Later, he teamed with his brother Primo to win the Tag Team Championship. Though Carlito was entertaining and had the potential to be a long-term star, he never quite reached the main event scene. His time in WWE ended abruptly in 2010 after failing a wellness program test. Carlito reportedly refused to go to rehab, leading to his release from the company. Fans were left wondering, what could Carlito have achieved had he kept his career on the right track? The comeback. In 2021, Carlito made a brief return to WWE when he appeared at the Royal Rumble. His appearance sent waves through the WWE universe, as fans were thrilled to see him back, especially in the best shape of his life. He followed up his Royal Rumble appearance with a match on Monday Night Raw the next night, and it seemed like WWE might be ready to re-sign him for a long-term run. However, nothing materialized for another 2 years. Carlito eventually returned full-time in 2023 at WWE Backlash, where he helped Bad Bunny in a match against Damian Priest. Once again, Carlito received a warm welcome from the fans, and his return to the company reignited excitement about what he might accomplish. But after joining the Latino World Order LWO, Carlito's momentum stalled. Despite his undeniable charisma and fan support, his appearances were few and far between. Why Carlito should leave the Judgment Day? Carlito's return was fun and nostalgic, but in today's WWE landscape, he doesn't quite fit in with the Judgment Day. The faction has thrived on its dark, edgy, and somewhat chaotic energy, something Carlito doesn't entirely embody. The Judgment Day's roster is also getting crowded, and with the addition of rising stars like JD McDonough and Raquel Rodriguez, the group is at risk of losing its focus. There's only so much screen time to go around, and Carlito's character, while beloved, doesn't add much to the current dynamic. More importantly, the Judgment Day has thrived on new and younger talent, pushing forward stars like Dominic Mysterio and giving fresh angles to Liv Morgan's and Finn Balor's characters. Carlito, while a fan favorite, might be better off in a different role or faction where he can stand out on his own without being overshadowed by the current members of the Judgment Day. In the end, removing Carlito from the Judgment Day isn't a reflection of his talent or the impact he's had on WWE, but rather a necessary step to allow the faction to remain sharp and focused. Carlito has had a remarkable WWE journey, and his contributions will always be remembered, but it's time for the Judgment Day to evolve without him. Carlito's return to WWE earlier this year was met with excitement, as fans hoped to see the charismatic Carlito Caribbean Cool back in action. After his stint with the LWO on SmackDown, it seemed like a fresh start for Carlito when he was drafted to Raw and quickly joined the Judgment Day. However, what was initially a promising move for both Carlito and the faction quickly turned into another case of WWE failing to fully capitalize on its potential. It made sense for Carlito to turn heel earlier this year. On SmackDown, he had become lost in the shuffle with the lackluster LWO, a faction that failed to gain the momentum WWE had hoped for. By contrast, the Judgment Day was red hot, dominating Raw and making waves with their sharp character work and cohesive faction dynamic. Carlito, with his long-standing connection to the WWE Universe and undeniable charisma, seemed like a natural fit to join the faction at such a high point in their momentum. Unfortunately, WWE quickly dropped the ball with Carlito's role in the Judgment Day. Instead of being positioned as a strong and dangerous ally, he was relegated to the role of comedy relief. His cool catchphrase, once a trademark of his character, was reduced to a punchline as he cracked jokes about Liv Morgan or her potential relationship with Dominic Mysterio. His once legendary persona was now a far cry from the dynamic and intimidating figure fans remembered. Even more frustratingly, Carlito barely wrestled, and when he did, he rarely made any meaningful impact. He was mostly used to stand in the background, just another body in the faction. Instead of contributing to the group's dominance, Carlito became little more than a nostalgia act, showing up for a few laughs and getting beat up when needed. His inclusion in the Judgment Day, which could have been a major highlight, instead turned into a missed opportunity. Carlito's talent is undeniable, but WWE's failure to do anything significant with him once he joined the Judgment Day has left fans wondering what could have been. He was wasted as mere comic relief, and it's clear that he no longer fits in with the faction's current direction. It's time for Carlito to move on and find a role that allows him to shine the way he did in the past. Just another body in the faction, instead of contributing to the group's dominance. Carlito became little more than a nostalgia act, showing up for a few laughs and getting beat up when needed. His inclusion in the Judgment Day, which could have been a major highlight, instead turned into a missed opportunity. Carlito's talent is undeniable, but WWE's failure to do anything significant with him once he joined the Judgment Day has left fans wondering what could have been. He was wasted as mere comic relief, and it's clear that he no longer fits in with the faction's current direction. It's time for Carlito to move on and find a role that allows him to shine the way he did in the past.